I'm in South Etobicoke, where we have seen a steady stream of contractors pumping out basements through the day. And the speed of yesterday's rising water had one family taking matters into their own hands.
Water just started spurting out like a fountain here.
As the rain poured Tuesday morning, Laura Machito noticed the water in her backyard beginning to rise rapidly and thought she'd better check the basement. Water was starting to rise on the floor, so Laura, along with her husband and son, got to work.
We were using the shop vac, which is over there, and then, to drain it out, drain the water out.
But then the power went out and panic set in.
We just, scrambled upstairs and found buckets, and all three of us were just going and pouring the water out here.
But the water was winning, at its height, rising 8 inches as the drain cover started to pop off and 12-year-old Dominic sprang into action and jumped on the drain.
So it's basically like that for the rest of the time?
Hours.
Yeah.
Probably like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Standing on it so it wouldn't, because it was like the sewage water, we think, at that point, because it was like a dark brown, black color.
They tried moving as many things off the floor as possible, but the damage was done.
The water heater was the first thing that we know for sure might have an issue. We haven't called our insurance yet because we want to make sure that we test everything out.
And the Insurance Bureau of Canada wants people to know that while insurers may have preferred contractors, policyholders do have the right to choose their own. Anne-Marie Thomas with the Bureau also says you need to document and assess the damage with detailed notes, photos and/or videos, and gather any proof of purchases, warranties, and receipts if possible. But first and foremost, check your policy coverage.
Your home insurance policy typically will cover you for a burst pipe, so something that is sudden and accidental. Things like a flood or a sewer backup, they're coverages that you would have had to have purchased in addition to your regular policies.
And not everyone can purchase that add-on.
Most residents can purchase it unless they live in an area that has either had multiple floods or is a designated floodplain or something like that.
I'm pretty sure we're probably in the flood zone. I've heard from a number of neighbors to get a backwater valve in our basement.
Long Branch does sit between the Mimico and Etobicoke Creek watersheds. And the same advice stands for drivers. Check your auto policy, because if you haven't purchased optional riders, you may not be covered for that damage. Now, the Insurance Bureau of Canada says it is still too soon to determine the exact cost of this disaster because, like Laura, many are still assessing the damage. However, the Bureau says it is comparable to the flood we saw in 2013. That disaster pegged at a cost of $1 billion. In Long Branch, Michelle Mackey, City News.